Go. Govinda, Govinda, Govinda. So, this is very beautiful because it has laid out the whole tattva, not just bhakti tattva, but the Shad Darshan, 6 systems of philosophies, how the thinking system also laid out the thinking system too, that is born from hypothesis, speculation. So it has covered the whole thing in the sense from a perspective of what a human being, what understanding can a human being have when one tries to know the existence that he is in. So these are different school of thoughts, you see, they're from mind. Fertile, very fertile brains, very fertile minds, and it can't get any better. Any of these modern thoughts and science can't really get any closer to the 6 systems of philosophies. So, different understandings that are born from a human mind to understand the existence are already laid out. Those are Shad 6 schools of philosophy, 6 systems of philosophy. Even before that, then if this is a Vedic 6 systems of philosophy, how about those religions that are not falling into the category of Vedic system, like the Abrahamic religions? Then what about them? So it is like this, the whole umbrella, starting from, say, Abrahamic religions, they are all based on Abraham. Christianity, Muslims, Judaism, yeah, and rest of the religions that we find here and there, they can be considered as a more or less variants of the impersonalism. But Sikhism is there, and Sikhism is that believes in the sound, transcendental sound, so not exactly impersonalism. But in general, in the world, the following are the thoughts and approaches of a human being in an attempt to understand the existence. We don't necessarily call God here in this kind of approach. This is more of an ascending approach, one after the other, one after the other. So the first thing is, if we come to Christianity, again, Christianity, it is understood by different Christians in different ways. What we are going to hear is just here the purest form in its sum and substance. So coming to Christianity, there is Trinity, where there is God, the Holy Spirit, and the Son of God. And there is no difference between these 3, which is good. This is very similar to Om, the Shakti, Shaktiman, and the Jiva, like that. That is there. So in Christianity, most of the Christianity, they see Jesus as Son of God. And he is the only way to go to heaven. And that is Catholicism. Mainstay of Christianity is that. Protestants, they protest against anybody in between the Jiva and the God. They said, I will go to God directly. That is a branch in Christianity. But the mainstay of Christianity is Catholicism. So there, the Son of God. You go to heaven through Son of God. Wonderful. Then everybody, the whole Christianity has so much devotion for Jesus. Devotion is there. Whether they are thinking he is son of God, he is God. But devotion is, a lot of devotion is there. Whether it is a mixed devotion, sakama bhakti, nevertheless the devotion is there. So that is there in Christianity for Son of God. And if somebody is thinking Jesus is God, then okay, fine. That's what they think. But the devotion is there to a form, whether it is a follower of God or to some authoritative figure like God. So that is there in Christianity. Christianity, this is so much better than impersonalism, because when there is that kind of faith in Son of God to take me to heaven, Father in heaven, that's very wonderful. So they meet this criteria. Yasya deve para bhaktir yada deve tada guru. They meet half of that criteria. They are actually seeing yada deve tada guru. They're seeing Son of God, Jesus Christ, as almost as God, and has so much great devotion. So they're in a very good spot. They are so much attached to Jesus. Very wonderful. That is why when Prabhupada came here, all these Christians with great faith in Jesus as Son of God, they could quickly grasp the Vaishnavism. They have seen, oh, so Son of God is Jesus. Then actually the God in the heaven is much more, all this Sanatana Dharma, this Vaishnava philosophy is actually about the Father in the heaven, that's Krishna. They could quickly get this link. And they didn't have problem embracing the philosophy. It was just a continuation of what they have done so far. So that is a great advantage for somebody who has great attachment for Jesus Christ as Son of God. So that's a Christianity. Muslims, they Allah as a supreme controller, but formless. That's where they stop, general Muslims. But in Jaiva Dharma, the Quran is described more, where the qualities of God is also described. But in any case, general Muslims, they just see Allah as impersonal and all controller. That's all. It's more like close to impersonal understanding. Judaism is pakka impersonal. So this is outside the Vedic system. This is what the understanding is about the existence and truth. And coming to the Vedic system, this is 6 systems of philosophies. Shad, darshan, shad, 6, darshan, vision, the mind's vision of what this material existence is. One is their Nyaya, Vaisheshika, then Karma Mimamsa, Sankhya Yoga, Sankhya and Yoga. Yeah, 5. And the 6th one is Vedanta. These are the 6 systems of philosophies. All of them, as Prabhupada very nicely summarized in the purport, they are the philosophies that laid out, but none of them talk about God or supremacy of God. Nyaya is just based on the logic. So this is one thing we have to understand, especially for devotees. We know Krishna is all in all, but how does a human brain think? How does a modern science put forward its hypothesis? So anything that anybody speaks from any religion, theologist or an atheist, anybody that they have to speak in this world, they have to fall in one of these 6 systems of philosophies. This is all a human brain can produce, nothing more than this. That was already laid out in in the 6 systems. So the first one is logic. If somebody is trying to understand the whole existence in terms of logic, that way of understanding is Nyaya. That school of philosophy is Nyaya, where the existence is understood based on the logic that is born from their own Nyaya. Next is Vaisheshika, where the existence is understood in terms of atoms and molecules. E equal to mc square. The whole world gets attracted to this school of philosophy. They think it's very sophisticated, but it is only the second one in the Shardarshan, that is a Vaiseshika system, school system, a system of philosophy, where the whole existence is just a combination of atom and molecule. Even the consciousness is also a combination of that. That's what they say. Then the next one is Karma Mimamsa, where the whole existence is about karma. You don't have to believe in God. You do good, good comes to you. You do bad, bad comes to you. So just perform all the good karmas, the pious activities, and get the most out of this world. That's it. Karma. Karma Mimamsa. This world is all in all. You have one life. You get the most out of it. And you want more out of, you want to have a better life after this? Yes, you can. Just do a lot of punya like that. That is karma mimamsa. Next one is Sankhya. Sankhya says this world is all in all just the elements. You break down everything, all of them are elements. The Panchabhutas are there, and then Sukshma Sarira is there, Mana, Buddhi, Ahamkara is all in there. Prakriti is there, Purusha is there. The Purusha is the Atman. Prakriti is all just the elements. So this Purusha is with the Prakriti. When this Purusha decides to disunite from Prakriti, then he is self-realized. That's all. Prakriti, Purusha. This is the question Arjuna asked. After the Bhakti Yoga is done, in order to address the 6 systems of philosophies and get answers from Lord Krishna, this is why the next 6 chapters were spoken in Bhagavad Gita, even after Bhakti Yoga is given. So Prakriti Purusha, that is a Sankhya system. Okay, Sankhya system is about Prakriti and Purusha. But how can one practically realize that liberation when the Purusha gets disentangled from Prakriti? Okay, then perform Ashtanga Yoga. You will practically realize the disentanglement. How? The Purusha is all in all when liberated from Prakriti. That is yoga. Ashtanga Yoga method is one, but what is your purpose? That will differ. Like electricity is one, but are you using it for heating or cooling? So Ashtanga Yoga is a method. But if your purpose is Paramatma realization, then that will go towards Vaishnavism. If your purpose is just to get entangled from Prakriti and you realize that you are the Purusha all in all, then you will get Brahma Sayujya Mukti. Like that. That's yoga. Sankhya and yoga. And next is the Vedanta. Vedanta is the whole existence is consciousness, pure consciousness. That's what Vedanta puts forward. There is no proposition of consciousness in any of the other systems of philosophies, the other 5 systems. The proposition of consciousness, pure consciousness, comes here in Vedanta. So the whole existence is from the pure consciousness, says Vedanta. Here also, they don't necessarily say supremacy of the God. Aham Brahmasmi and Tattvam Asi. You are that pure consciousness. I am that pure consciousness. Everything is just pure consciousness. That is all Vedanta. So for them, if there is a form, so this pure consciousness, they call it as Nirguna Brahman, because there is no guna, no material elements there. So pure consciousness they call Nirguna. When Lord Krishna is appearing and speaking Bhagavad Gita, they see that Krishna as Saguna Brahman. Oh, the pure consciousness has taken some material elements to form this human body. So a touch of modes is there. For this Nirguna Brahman has become Saguna Brahman. So in their eyes, the Saguna Brahman is contaminated. Nirguna Brahman is pure consciousness. So when they go to the temples, when they see the form, or when they do the Panchopasana of any Murti, Krishna, or starting with the Ganesha, and Durga, Shiva, Surya, Vishnu or Krishna, any of this Panchopasana, when they do upasana of a murti in any temple, oh, there are big devotees, big time devotees in this impersonalism who do this Panchopasana. They do the bhajans, big time devotees. But all of them, they see the upasana murti, whatever murti that they are attached to, as only Saguna Brahman. So they can get merged into Nirguna Brahman. So that is the Mayavadi philosophy or impersonal philosophy. In none of these philosophies, the supremacy of the Lord is spoken. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he's stating that all these, that's why the six system of philosophies are to be put aside. One has to follow the Mahajanas, Vaishnavism. Only then the Lord is understood as the origin of the very existence, not just existence, but the very origin of the existence. So these Mahajanas, the Vaishnavism is about the Mahajanas. Vedaisya sarvairahameva vedyo vedanta veda eva chavam. So this is how all the systems are explained in a nutshell here. So when we should understand this, dear devotees, all of us. Prabhupada just, it's our fortune that we are just directly given Krishna as it is. But for our faith to get deepened, and if somebody is saying something, to stay strong in our faith and to refute what they have to say. It is difficult to refute what they have to say, because when they are speaking in this day and age, not everybody knows even about their own system of philosophy. So there is no point in getting argument with anybody, but to have a clarity. This is Shad Darshan. Generally, the initial qualification to sit on Vyasasana is one should know the Shad Darshan. Then only one is qualified to sit on Vyasasana and speak. That was the qualification initially. Because this is the reason. So they can present the Bhakti philosophy in its full glory. That's the reason. That's all the devotees. But when the Chaitanya Charitamrita Kavya is being spoken, it was so sweet to hear. And I was thinking, wow, such a dry system of philosophies, including, the Abrahamic religion. Abrahamic religion is not covered here. I just brought it here to make the subject matter complete. But the Shad Darshan, when it was nicely sung, I was thinking, this is such a beautiful kavya. Chaitanya Charitamrita is a kavya, a beautiful kavya that has explained all the 6 systems of philosophy just like that, so sweetly. And that's what I was thinking. But this is what we have heard. So, yeah, we have heard about the Abrahamic religions, their understanding, general understanding, and their goal, prayojana. And we also heard about the 6 systems of philosophies and how the Vaishnavism is the Mahajanayana Gata Sapanta that takes us to the Supreme Lord, who is the very source of existence. That's all, dear devotees. That's all from my side. That's all, Prabhu. Thank you. If nothing, we can go for the shloka.
Yeah. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you for all the details on the Sardasan in detail. So anyone has any question or any comments, please go ahead before going to sloka. If no question, then I can.
Yes, shloka.